Hello everyone, we are group 4. Today we are going to talk about cultural communication. My name is Wei Minggao. There is my group member
Ratnakar Reddy.
Suchita.
Myself Sharath.
And my name is Praveen, and we'll discuss about today's agenda.
Today's presentation is about cultural communication. We are going to discuss about the definitions of cultural communication and some key points involved in it. The first thing to know about cultural communication is that why is it important? Because it helps us to understand the high level and low level context cultures. Also, it helps us to understand the non-verbal differences, language differences, and power distance. Moving on to high level versus low level context cultures. High level context cultures is usually less explicit. It involves long term relationships, strong boundaries. Also, the decisions focus around personal face to face relationships, often around a central person who has authority. Whereas in low context cultures, it is usually rule oriented and people play by external rules. Also, the knowledge is codified, public, external, accessible, and transferable. Here is the image of a low versus high level context cultures that shows where each and every country stands in terms of communication. Next, we focus on the different forms of nonverbal communication, and usually they are eye contact, touch, gestures, physical space, facial expressions, posture, and paralanguage. Then we move on to the secondary research, which basically shows the research done by the various authors based on cultural communication. According to Jennifer Lombardo, cultural communication in an organization deals with understanding different business customs, beliefs, and communication strategies. Employees experience many cultural barriers in workplace while working with colleagues from different cultures. These barriers can be overcome by following certain rules, learning a certain few key phrases, learning our client's culture, promote appreciation of cultural differences, try to be open minded, and also be accommodating. There are also many benefits for people who are working in an environment with cultural diversity. They are it helps us to drive innovation, improves the growth of business, improves productivity and adaptability. Also, it helps to create an opportunity for both personal and professional growth. Cultural diversity comes with certain challenges to work as it involves people from various cultures and thoughts. Certain challenges are as follows: miscommunication among employees, they are accustomed to stereotypes, prejudice, and discrimination. Also, they have certain conflicting work styles and different understandings of professional etiquette. As a part of cultural communication project, we have interviewed people from various countries like the United States, China, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, and Vietnam. The first country we focused on was United States. Hunter Hornick and Sarah Bebuck are from the United States. According to them, people in the United States mostly love to work with people who are involved with diverse cultures. They do not like to force anybody to do things that are not of their interest. Americans usually consider themselves superior. They also try to talk the situation out rather than offending somebody. Hunter was being stereotyped as an Asian all the time, even though he was brought up with American values. Sarah faced sexism as a teenager and also experienced gender inequality. The next person we interviewed was from China. Her name was Weiman Gao. She feels communication is an art. She also explained that she also faced several difficulties when she had to communicate with various cultured people. She also believes that this problem could be solved only by speaking to the people from different cultures more often. Oluwatabi Aladeraji is the next person we interviewed, and she's from Nigeria. According to her, English is not the first language. Also, Nigerians treat people with more courtesy. They follow relationship based trusting for business deals. Eye contact while communicating resembles disrespect to the person in Nigeria. They also prefer oral, written, nonverbal, and radio as their means of communication. The next person we interviewed was from Saudi Arabia. His name was Saleh. He feels that having a positive attitude improves efficiency of the team. In addition, he also stated that having eye contact in Saudi Arabia means that the conversation is intense. Also, the people of Saudi are more conservative in thinking. The last person we interviewed was Thao Nguyen. She prefers diverse cultures because of the fact that she can get more ideas. According to her, Vietnam follows high context cultures, which means being less direct and avoiding direct confrontation. She also feels that writing things down is a better way to overcome communication challenges. Decisions in Vietnam are usually made by groups through anonymous agreement. Also, having an open mind and personal touch would also help in communicating effectively. Now that we are done with the cultural interview, we have designed a cultural map to show where each and every country stands in terms of communication. In addition, we also developed this cultural map based on the eight components: communication, evaluating, persuading, leading, deciding, trusting, disagreeing, and scheduling. It is also very important for a person to follow this cultural map when they are visiting to certain countries, as it would avoid a lot of chaos and confusion. Coming to the recommendation, each country has its own set of requirements that are needed to be followed in order to be safe and secure. For example, in the United States, people follow low context cultures. They want the communication to be direct and to the point. They also expect the people to be loud and clear. They also expect people to be open in asking questions in case of any problematic situation. Here, the relationship is mostly task based and there are no place for emotions in the workplace. In China, greeting is usually done by means of traditional or Western handshake. They always exchange business cards in their first business meet. Also, they try to avoid eye contact and engage in a general conversation before actually starting a business meeting. As far as Nigeria is concerned, communication is usually high context. People usually follow Western communication. They also avoid eye contact because it is considered rude in their culture. Superiors are to be addressed by Miss or Mrs. and not by their first or last names. They also expect punctuality from everybody. In case of Saudi Arabia, communication is usually low context. They usually prefer dress codes, especially for women. They expect the people to be punctual and meet only on appointments. They also try to avoid direct confrontation and also maintain eye contact. We should never be loud in public as they consider it offensive. Finally, the recommendations that we need to follow when we visit Vietnam are: the people focus on the work related issues when coming in for a business meeting. They also avoid sensitive topics when meeting with someone for the first time. They never maintain eye contact and also avoid direct confrontation. They also do not display any kind of emotions when they are coming to business meetings. Finally, we would like to conclude our presentation based on the following conclusions. Communication is the most basic and powerful tool used in all day-to-day operations of any transactions taking place in a business or organization. Communication can break or make a company. Choosing of words is really important in communication, as words once spoken cannot be taken back. We should also be aware of the fact that we should not offend anybody through wrong usage of words. Also, try to maintain a proper communication channel when dealing with diverse cultures, and also be open minded and clear. If you have any questions or concerns, please free to contact us anytime through this email. Here are our references that we used for this presentation. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.